It's the chairman. Please don't say anything. Please don't say that when you're trying. Please don't. No pressure on it. What's it take to see with the match straight?
Because it's over there, drop the other kind.
Seb was outside last night. So, I'm a big load here. He says I want to get bras already. At the end of the night, I had to give him $5 for a taxi. He went out and had a wank with his Mickey in the corners. I hadn't got a shit in it.
Okay, so this is the last round on the loser side. Winner of this goes through to the quarters. The loser goes home. Winner of this is guaranteed 1,000. And obviously a spot in the quarterfinals. Carl obviously lost his last match there to Scott Ross. Obviously he was in a good position where he gets a second chance, and Christian's won through a few matches through the loser side. So obviously a bit of a different pressure for Carl, because he's come all the way through the winner side knowing he's got 2 lives now. He knows if he loses he goes home. So obviously it's a big match for both players. Joined in the commentary with me today by Adrienne, who's one of the top lady players around our area in Staffordshire, and loves playing pool. So it's the first time she's done this. So she's a virgin.
Yeah. So what do we know about these 2 boys then, guys? Carl,
is one of the, well, certainly at the minute, probably the best player in Southern Ireland. He's been playing quite a few money matches on the money match scene recently. And he's got a lot of firepower, actually, when he breaks well and things are happening for him. He's a handful. To be honest, Christian, I haven't really watched too much of Christian. I know he's had some good results on the IPA. I know he's just opened up his own club, which I think's doing really well. Both are attacking, both play quite quick, so sort of looking forward to watching it. And I haven't really watched too much of either of them play too much, especially Christian. I was over to watch the money matches when Carl played Ronan, but I think I was drinking those days rather than actually watching too much of the pool. But I know by both of their results, obviously both of these lads can play, and if they couldn't play, they wouldn't be in this position in the tournament. But it's a bit of a careless one straight away there from Carl.
I've actually seen a bit of Christian play on the IPA tour, and I do like how he plays. He's, as you say, he's quite attacking. Likes to get a bit of a rhythm around the table. Early chance for him here, really. Oh.
Don't forget to chalk it.
Bit of dust. Need a bit of dust on your table. It's bound to be a bit nervy now, though, isn't it? Until they both settle in a little bit at this stage.
Yeah, and obviously they've both played a match this morning, though, so it's not as though this is the first match. True. And over the weekend they've played a lot of matches, and I think there he's just obviously he was trying to rip it off the top rail with bottom right hand side to kick his ball off the red that's on the right side cushion. He was trying to kick that out, and I don't think it was the case. He didn't chalk it, actually. I think he just tried to get too low on the cue ball. But certainly the first few frames, obviously they'll know the importance of this match, and this is the worst match to lose in, because no money, no place in the quarterfinals, and on the way home.
You've come so far. Must say I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. It's been a cracking event. Team have done a brilliant job as usual.
You obviously play a lot in our club down here, Adrian. You play in the singles, the singles leagues and the different things that we have down here. And over the last sort of few years, you have massively improved. But you've been working hard. You practice a lot, don't you?
Well, yeah, I don't play so much just lately, but I do try. it's more of a hobby for me at the moment with the commitments that I've got. But I'm going to go the IPA Worlds again in February. Looking forward to that. I love the game, to be honest. I enjoy watching it. Now there's a comp on, I'll try and watch them streaming and learn from it. I like watching the patterns. Tends to, when something like this has been on, gives me a bit more hunger again for go and play.
And when you first sort of came on the scene, you were back playing more. You had a bit of coaching from James and a bit of coaching from Croxton, a daft lad, which must have been eventful,
to say the least. I still get ripped about that a little bit now, to be fair, but he did help me out at the time. As I say, I don't practice as much at the moment, so my form isn't as good as it could be. But I enjoy playing. I played a singles league match on Thursday night, to be fair, when the tables had just been done. We played lovely, the rapid, playing really nice, so sure all the guys here will be benefiting from that, enjoying the tables.
And especially this table, it's I was just talking to Mark Boyle actually, and he came on. Obviously, he played a match on this table yesterday, and he just played his first match this morning on the table just behind this, and he came off and said that this table was actually a lot quicker than table 4 that he just came off, and both tables were reclothed
at the
same time on Thursday night, and it's strange how, and they would have both been brushed and ironed the same amount of time, so
yeah.
It's a good shot there from Cole. It's a really good shot. I think he's perfect. I think he can pot this, and I think he can screw into the red. I'm not sure he's straight enough to screw past the yellow so he can play the yellow in the same pocket. I think he may have too much angle for that, and if he has, then he will have to play my shot and just play a little holding shot into the red.
Need to be careful a bit here now.
He's just obviously pointed there to the point on the side cushion just before the red where he wants the cue ball to hit. He just goes side rail, top rail, and land on the block in the middle. But it is quite thin, this, I think. It looks like it from on the monitor.
Is it
Obviously got into the cue ball too much because, as you saw, he lined up where he wanted to hit on the cushion. He wanted to hit before the red. I think it cuts into the middle. I think you might need a razor there to cut it in, but how does it cut? The physics say that it does cut because the cue ball is just the good side of a 90-degree angle. So the physics say that he should be able to cut it.
Certainly not ideal. First frame, you just won't get one on the board. You don't want to be tackling this, really, do you? A lot on it because Christian's reds are looking good if he misses.
Other than the chop into the middle, I'm not too sure what other options he's got.
I can't even see the Malin special, Gaz.
No, no, I don't think there's one off 4 rails here.
No.
So he just asked who's commentating. It's her name's Adrienne. It's one of the lady players that comes into the club and plays out of our club. She plays county, the ladies' county pool.
Used to.
Oh, used to. Oh, yeah, you finished now.
Yeah.
He's looking if it doubles into the bottom left corner, but because the rails are so slidey, I'm not sure that it's on. If he does, he's got to hit it hard and screw it. Yeah, wasn't sure that shot was on, to be honest.
You'd think Christian would take these out now, really, wouldn't you? Black's gone a little tricky.
Yeah, the first thing he'll be looking at, obviously, the 6 reds on the table, and he'll be wanting to probably try and kick the black out as early as possible, so he leaves options of balls to land on. But there's no obvious ball other than the one over the left corner to play the little screw shot to knock the black out. The others are not ideal for that.
Do you think he'd fancy, perhaps, do you think the double's on if you left it there?
Yeah, I think there's an option to, if he wanted to pop this run through and then just play the little snooker on the ball that's on the top cushion. He blocks the up and down with the red that's there, and then if he doesn't hit it, then obviously you waste his free shot to move the black away, and then he's won. I would just pop this, run through, and then literally just play a little snooker on the ball that's on the top cushion.
Yeah. Looks like he's going.
These Welsh boys in particular, they're not too keen on playing too many safety shots. I wish he'd have played my shot now. It's just all about percentages, and the percentages say if he just plays my shot, plays a little snooker, he's almost 99% guaranteed to win the frame. With going for the finish in this, well, certainly from here now, he's
left himself a bit balls deep, actually, really, guys.
So if he's dead straight, there's a case for just dropping the red over the pocket. Yes, you're leaving the double into the corner, but the percentages say you'd rather him play it than you play it. And that's what I mean by playing the percentages.
Especially with what you said before about the class being redone recently, the slide on the, the doubles aren't a guarantee. It's still there, obviously, but tricky.
Oh, what about this? Oh, that's sore. Wow. But one thing I will say is obviously he's played to play it into the corner, but if Christian had played the shot I said earlier on, then he wouldn't have even been seeing the black to hit it. I just think, if you play the wrong shot, sometimes the balls punish you. And that's exactly the case there. He got punished for playing the wrong shot for me.
Christian's been watching me. Oof.
It's quite a big break as well, that from Cole. He hit him quite nice.
Yeah.
Got too much top spin on the cue ball if you're being ultra critical, but he still hits him quite nice.
Christian will be hoping that he can make up for the last frame now, won't he? And
he's got to be careful when he pots this first one in the middle.
Looking over at table 3, guys, it looks like Greg Batten's just gone 3-1 up against Jimmy Croxton. And score between Carl Sutton and Rob Warren is 4-2, but I haven't worked out which way yet. So firing through the frames there.
It's a tough round to lose in if you're anybody, but especially being in the position that Croxton was in, because he was in effectively like the hot seat, if you like, to qualify for the last 8, where he was on the winner's side. You have 2 chances of qualifying. So if he was to lose that match there to Greg, that means obviously he's lost the last 2 and out. Same for Rob Warren. Obviously he's just lost to Christoph. He was in that position.
Watched a bit of Greg last night. Was it Liam that he played?
Who did he?
Oh, Luke Sanchez, sorry. He's behind, wasn't he, guys?
Yeah, he was losing, yeah.
Yeah, did well to come back.
That's a good shot. He was pretty straight on that, and obviously he's pinched a bit of the pocket and banged the cue ball out as far as he could get it, and he can get to the potting angle of this.
Cute and nice. So one each. Would you like to call this one a solo net, guys, or?
I think it's. I'm not sure what they've got the betting at this on this match. You can go to Jed Ronan's Facebook page. He's got all the match prices, the outright prices for this tournament. But if I was marking this up, I would have had it pretty close. If I had to have a bet, I would back Christian. But I think either player is capable of winning this match 8-2. When I'm watching English 8 ball, I do like it when the balls come out a little bit tricky, because I like to watch how players go. I mean, let's be honest, when all the balls sitting in the middle of the table, then there's thousands of players in the world that can clear. So
I can still stuff them
you
up,
can
guys.
still miss them. Yeah.
They're the
But
ones I usually
the reason
do
why I
best.
like it is because I like to watch how players go about the finishes and the shots that they play when the balls are awkward, because that's what it's about. Like I say, when the balls are in the middle of the table, the game's easy. It's when they're not, and you have to play clever little shots and cannons and nudges, and you have to work out. You can even play like offensive safety shots. And that sort of tells me a lot about how good a player is, rather than just watching him tap balls in when they're in the middle of the table. So when the balls are like this, it is interesting to see what shots they play.
I watched Jimmy play Jordan Church this morning, the match he lost. There's one frame where Jimmy broke and wasn't particularly good how the balls landed. But Jordan, it was dry as well, they were all down the bottom end, it was quite congested, but Jordan just made it look easy. How he went about him, he didn't even use many cannons, many nudges, it was just the, as you say, the shot selection, how he, the pace, the angles that he was using, and he worked his way through, cleared up.
From what I've seen, I do think that a lot of people ask on the chat who do I fancy, and obviously I've said from what I've seen that Boyle is it's obviously his clear favourite, not only with the bookies but just by the way he's played. But I do think that Jordan's played great as well. I haven't actually commentated or watched any of his matches, but he's basically just blitzed through the winner's side. And when Jordan goes on one, he has got serious firepower, and the thing I like about Jordan is he has got pedigree, and what I mean by that is he is a winner. He plays events, and he either loses first or second round, or he goes on to go deep, if not win. So he's not one of those players that just sort of hover around the last 16, the quarters of events. He either wins or gets a bit early, and that tells you that when he's on, he's on.
This is the kind of thing you don't tend to see so much in the black ball rules, do you guys, because of the...
No, but the good thing about these sort of frames at the black ball rules is that you can still play attacking shots that are progressing the frame, rather than almost just shots that are, they're nothing shots really. At the black ball, you can just, having a ball over the hole is not necessarily an advantage. That Croxton is now 4-1 down to Greg Batten. And when this final 8 draw gets made after this round, obviously everybody will be wanting to avoid Jordan and obviously Mark Boyle.
Coming back to that, guys, I suppose if you want to, obviously they will want to avoid them, but they've got to meet them at some point if they want go to the latter stages.
Well, yeah, but they are in the latter stages at the last 8. They are on a grand, and yeah, I know what you're saying of avoiding them, but the difference in money, if you can avoid them from the quarterfinals to the final, is a lot. So you can be talking the difference of, for example, if someone draws Boyle in the quarters or ends up in the opposite half and gets to the final and loses, well, that's a difference of 4,000.
Gosh, yeah.
So the draw is important. So, Guitarist on Wheels has said, I've got a money match on the 4th of August. Any advice? Just don't miss, pal. If you don't miss, most of the times you don't lose. Simon says he's watching all the way from Sunny Beach in Bulgaria. I actually went there with James Croxton a few years ago for his 30th birthday.
Carnage.
No, we just did a bit of sightseeing. But no, seriously, Guitarist, you just have to stay composed. You know, it's I presume you're going to be playing a long race, so you know the key is not to panic, and what'll be. But you just have to stay composed and play your own game, and the person probably who handles the situation better will win.
In those situations, guys, would you say it's better to try and forget about the fact that you're playing currently, or?
Yeah, I think in any match it's important.
To stay.
I think it's in any match it's important to try and forget exactly, you know, what's on it, because whenever you play a match it means something, whether it's a league match and it means your team winning or losing, or whether you're playing the world final or whether you're playing a money match for, you know, 100 grand. There's always something, and the key is to just, you know, just play as you normally would, because the more you build on yourself, the harder it is. So I know it's easier said than done, but so Simon, that's in the Sunny Beach, I can recommend quite a good bar there actually, a Mex bar, a cocktail bar, if you fancying just a quiet few drinks. And when I said I like it when the balls go a little bit more scrappy so I can see what the players do, I didn't mean this.
So over on the far table, Rob Owen's just gone 5-2 up against Carl Sutton. And Greg Batten is 5-1 against Jimmy Croxton.
And Greg has just broke and potted 2 or 3 balls, so he is at the table at 5-1, and it is alarm bells for Jimmy, because loser's section is raised to 8. Greg's at the table for 6-1, so he's in a bit of trouble.
If I was playing in my singles league here now and not any money on it, I'd be looking just smash these up a bit now, to be fair, Cass.
Yeah, but seeing as these boys are playing for 10 grand, I think that he might have to try and find a way. I think he's asked if it's a total snooker. So they've just called the ref who's reffing this event, Scott Price. He's actually he's in the commentary on the other table, so he's now just coming around to just make a ruling on it. But To give you a bit of an indication on how slow this frame's gone, the first 2 frames are pretty quick. Obviously this is only the 3rd frame, the others are on the 7th and 8th, 6th, 7th frame. So they're sort of like 5 frames behind.
Kenny will be getting a bit worried about his scheduling here, guys.
Yeah, and it does only take 1 match to go, or 1 frame to go like this, and it can hold the whole schedule up. Well, I think they've decided that he can get through to it, and he's looking at playing the skill shot. A decent effort, to be fair. But
Looked awkward with it just being offset.
yeah, I don't think he could get the other ball to follow through, especially playing it as a stun like he did. You can see Greg, he's got that black to go 6-1. Good shot there from Christian. Knew that the red was going to go up towards this corner pocket, but more importantly, he was worried about where the cue ball was going to go, and he knew he'd be on the ball in the middle. Chose to play the 3-ball plant rather than come back for this red. Oh, he hasn't.
Maybe.
Oh, he's potted the inside one. I thought he was playing the 3-ball plant and then play the plant again. So he's dropped the ball in the middle, one in the corner, and black in the middle. Gillespie's asked, what's the most balls I've potted off the break? I think it's 9, including the cue ball. Yeah, I think it's 9. No, Andy Gregg's not on the live stream. He's playing on table 3. He's actually at the table again there on yellows, which look relatively easy for 7-1. So I think that match is all but over.
not going to come much to me again if he keeps doing that. But to be fair, joking aside, Greg's been at the table an awful lot and he doesn't look to have missed anything really.
Rob Warner's flying also on table 1. He's now 6-2. I do think the way that Rob's played, okay, he didn't against Christoph, he was sort of shut out the match a little bit there and he was a bit unlucky early on, to be fair, but I do think the way he played, especially yesterday, he does deserve to be in the quarters.
I think the nature of the rule sets suit Rob's style of play, to be fair.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they definitely
Attacking
do suit him more than World, actually, just because you can be a little bit more aggressive. Big break again there from Carl. Didn't see what happened with the white, but it was a good strike again. I think he did lose a little bit of control to the side, but...
They're all in the open there, guys. Not too much work to do.
No, and I think he's going to go, probably going to choose to go yellows just because there's not an easy starter on the reds.
I think tables like this are what you on about before, really. If the balls are split, then it can be easy, can't it, if you go about it the right way.
Yeah, and even when they're easy, you still have to take the balls in the right order. If you take them in the wrong order, you can miss any finish.
That's me.
Yeah. He does strike the ball quite nice though, Carl. He puts like a clean hit on it, and he is. We were talking yesterday about how people. I was saying it especially about Mark Boyle, how he was a little bit steeper into the shot, and Carl's very flat. His cue's very parallel to the table, which means he's not going to be throwing much side. He's just side a little bit there, which says that maybe he's not on this. I think he can still pot it, even with turn it over with a bit of right hand side, but just by his body language tells me that he may have just ran a couple of mil too far. Yeah, look, he can definitely pot it with side, but I don't think he can get to it playing ball. He just doesn't need a swerve that big, surely. It's just a little one. Good shot. Greg Batten did miss in that frame, but Jimmy let him off. It's now 7-1.
Black is breaking on 7-2. Sorry for anyone who doesn't know, that's Rob Bourne against Carl Sutton.
Why couldn't we have got one of those matches on the stream?
Stuck with me for a bit longer, guys.
No. It's a big hit, but he slap racked himself. Balls didn't move.
Silly, really, there.
Yeah, and sometimes you think that you've got them touching, and they can. Sometimes it's the ball either side of the black that can make the difference. It's not always just the front ball.
So what would you say? Is it the top 5 that are around the black that all need to be touching for?
Yeah, I mean, ideally you need all 15 balls to be touching, but I do think the ones either side of the black do play a big part, and that's something that people don't always check. They normally just check if the front ball is touching the next 2. And obviously the back row is important too. That's why I think that they need to develop a magic rack. Then it's the same for everybody. All 15 balls are guaranteed to be touching.
Yeah.
Good shot there from Carl. I like how he played that. He didn't just smash into it. It worked out that he was going to flick that ball away and then be on the bottom one. Fortunately, that's all she wrote for Jimmy after being in the hot seat with 2 chances to qualify. He's just lost 8-1 to Greg, and every time I looked over, Greg was at the table. I don't think he's had too many. He's had too many chances there. No, Adam, the draw hasn't been done. It'll be done after the conclusion of these matches. These will make up obviously the final 8, and then it'll all just be randomly redrawn.
So looking at these yellows now, then, guys, what route would you take in order to get on the black? Bearing in mind the reds are down this end and blocking the bottom corners.
Yeah, he's just overrun it a little bit there. Obviously, he wanted to leave the ball into the middle next, and then he wanted to leave the ball over the middle till last, and then he can just drift down and pop the black into the middle.
Plan B.
So yeah, he's got to change the route, and he ideally wants to leave the one he's closest to until last now, and he's going to pop the one in the right corner and try to screw back. So he's just pointing, he's thinking, can he pop the one in the middle and just basically nudge the red off the top of the black? Where's the black? When you're clattering into balls. Okay, you can argue, is it unlucky for the black to go in the middle? I think it is a little bit unlucky. But for me, there was no need to clatter into him, especially at that speed. Because if you're going to clatter into balls, you have to try and work out where they're going to go.
See that Carl's using the break cue, whereas Christian uses his own cue.
Yeah, at English 8 ball, I'm personally not a fan of. And then look at what's happened there. So he's just gone from being on a finish which in his own mind he would have half counted the frame to be 3-2 up. All of a sudden now he's going to be 4-2 down. But yeah, going back to the break cue, it's not something I ever used, and I always like the feel of my own cue. I understand if people are using a really thin tip of, you know, some of the players sort of 7.5 mil, that you've got to be careful you don't damage your own cue. But I personally prefer the feel of my own cue to break with. And we had this debate, I think, the last time I was commentating on one of the tournaments, and people were saying, "Oh, you should definitely use a break cue." And the answer to that is it's personal preference. But one thing I will say is, none of the most successful, the top 5 successful English 8 ball players of all time have ever used a break cue. So there's something to be said for that.
That's probably where I'm going wrong then, guys, because I've recently started using.
No, I ditched the break cue and you'll be fine.
Nah, for me, I actually struggle breaking with my hand on the cushion. So I tuck it in the top corner, and therefore, because the break cue's lighter, I can get the cue through quicker.
Yeah, the only problem with breaking off your hand is it's hard to generate the power that you need off the hand.
But that's what I found helped with the cue being lighter. I was able to accelerate through the ball better. Your fingers are too short.
That's what my missus says.
Oh, God. Anything else she has any complaints about, Gaz?
It's not really that sort of day, is it? Yeah, and Neil's just said he only uses a break cue to prevent possible damage to his own cue, and for me that's the only advantage of using a break cue, and I do get that point. My ferrule did snap off once during my days playing English 8 ball. I think we're now just going to cut to an interview to Greg Batten, who's just won the final match of the loser side that booked his place into the last 8.
Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks very much, Lee.
Convincing win, that one.
Yeah, that's probably pretty much the best I can play, if I'm honest. I was just desperate to get through, and you know, it was my ambition when we started these events for me to actually be here and having an interview with you. So yeah, over the moon.
Yeah, obviously, I'm over the moon for you personally. I prefer you in the commentary boxes. You're one of the best guys in there. But I'm pleased you did come to all my events, so I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yesterday, after going back to that match, you must have thought you were out of the tournament.
Yeah, I've done it before in the previous events where I've lost early and then had to sort of slug it out in the losers, and I tried not to let it sort of demoralise me, but I went 4-0 down in my first qualifying match, and I just, believe it or not, I just thought of my daughter and thought, no, just try your hardest, and yeah, it worked.
Yeah, well, young in there. Everybody's on a level playing field now, one live, and you'll have the draw soon, so best of luck in the draw.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks
very much. Cheers, Lee.
as a girl, I was quite touched then, guys, by what Greg said. He thought about his daughter last night. It's nice. You don't really think of lads in that way.
He's a really nice bloke, obviously I've got to know him since he's been doing these events, and I've done it. He's obviously very good at the commentary as well. He's just he just genuinely loves pool, and he is just a really nice guy. So I'm really happy to see him do well.
So within a short space of time, Carl's 4-2 down. From looking like he was going 3-2 up with a fairly easy finish.
Oh, check this out. He's absolutely levered the cut break, and he's now got an unmissable finish because he can play the plant first shot into the middle and land on the ball into the left corner, and then you all just sit in the middle of the table.
For me, when balls land like this, I can get a bit excited, lose a bit of composure, just being a bit of a throbber on the table, really.
You just have to.
Taking your time.
Yeah, you just got to. I mean, I think you need to find a balance of walking around the table looking for problems, then and getting on with it. And when they're sitting like this, they are literally just dot to dot. I mean, if he was to miss from here, I think he'll feel like he wants to commit suicide. So he just has to make sure that. And Carl will be absolutely devastated because he was at the table with probably an 8 or 9 out of 10 finish to go 3-2 off. And in about 30 seconds, he's going to be 5-2 down.
Especially with this one being from the loser's side, suits a race straight. He's got a lot of work to do now. He's hoping for a bit of luck. He's hoping Christian goes in off or drives break or something, a couple of chances. But if he's breaking like that, then he might need a bit more than just a bit of luck.
Well, he's definitely going to need a bit of help from Christian now, I think. But all you can do is just take one frame at a time and see what happens.
I suppose this is where the mental side of things comes in quite a lot, doesn't it? You see people beat themselves up.
Tournament sponsor, Supreme. Just launched a new LED light, so if anyone is interested, we have got them above all the tables in the end. They do look great. Also being LED, much more cost effective. I think 10,000 hours plus I think you get from them. Obviously running costs are much lower. Cole's experienced enough, he's played enough matches and enough money matches to know that he's far from out of this. Just to let you know that the live chat is, well, it's not down, but the Beard guys are just working on some graphics for the quarterfinals, so we'll be back with that chat once they're done. Just to also give you all a bit of a. Basically, the Beard Facebook page is now just short of 10,000 likes. At the start of this weekend on Friday, I think they were on 5,000. So if you could do us a favour and nip onto their site and give us a like, we're actually now on 9,988. So if you could get us up to 10,000, nip on there and give us a like, I appreciate that.
I don't know if you've noticed over the far side, guys. Rob Warren's just beat Carl Sutton 8-4.
Yeah, Jimmy Nail. has just beat Carlson. And like I said, I'm happy that Rob's won that match, just because I do think he played great, especially yesterday, and I think he deserves to probably be in the quarterfinals just on his performances. Not sure about the rhythm and blues he's wearing, but I'm sure he'll be able to nip to the market and buy himself another pair if he walks away with 10 large.
Pair of Louis.
I think the just as Carl's quickly rattled off that frame for 5-3, which was a big frame. 6-2, 5-3 is big. We're just going to cut to an interview with Jimmy Nail for the interview. Just wonder if we could get an interview upside down, just so we can have a closer look at the shoes.
Need you ripping him a new one, don't you, mate?
I think they were. I think they're different, and he sort of pulls them off, sort of. All right, we're just going to go to the interview with Rob.
Congratulations, Rob, after coming through a tough match there with Christoph. Obviously you were disappointed to lose that. To turn it around and beat somebody like Carl Sutton, you must be pleased.
Yeah, over the moon, yeah. I felt like I was still playing all right against Christoph, so I thought I've got another, chance now, so I've got to just forget that and move on to another big game and try and win it. So.
In effect, the tournament's in 2 halves, isn't it? Because you're just trying to qualify in the first part. It doesn't matter if you still keep your 2 lives or you go down to 1. You know now you get into the main draw, even though Christoph beat you, you're all on the same footing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'd say lost the first one. So it made no difference whether I won the one. I got 2 shots at it. Whether I win the first one. Obviously it's a shorter race, the second one. But as long as I come through one of them, it makes no difference whether I lost a game or not, really.
And obviously you're playing well to qualify through. I know you haven't played much Blackpool. I know you were shown the rules last week by your friend and didn't quite tell you the right ones, did he?
Wednesday night I had 4 hours solid practice, first time I've ever played the rules, and he taught me wrong. When you break off, he told me I could do something different after that. A dry break, he told me something different. So I've literally finished work on 1 o'clock on Friday and gone and had 40 minutes on my own, just down the club to just get my head right.
Make your own rules up.
Yeah, so it wasn't the best idea, but we're doing all right. They haven't been. It's not really made a massive difference at the moment.
I mean, the good part about the Blackpool rules, they're not something you really have to learn in the sense of tactical wise. It's a bit more open. You prefer the open.
Yeah. Obviously, still you've got to pot your balls and you've still got to make your patterns, but as the free shot comes into it sometimes. But apart from that, obviously, it's not much advantage to drop a bag, which is not something that I do very often anyway. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay, well, best of luck. The draw will be done soon, and we'll see you out in the arena.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Obviously they just stopped play there. I didn't realise that they'd stop when I cut to that interview. So you obviously haven't missed any. Once again, Christian's broke from the side, the cut break, and
you're not a fan, are you guys?
No, I spoke about it yesterday. I think you should have to hit the front ball. I think you should either have to hit the front ball or you make a break box. But there's no point, getting on about that too much, because the rules say that you can cut break. So, and these guys are obviously using it to their advantage, you know, especially the way Christian's broke here, and obviously Mark Boyle hits it unbelievably well. So. He's quite fortunate there because the yellow that he landed on the middle, he had the perfect angle just to stun behind his only bad ball.
It's fairly straightforward for him from here, really.
One thing that we have had done with these tables, which is in addition to the new cloths, is that we've had extra clamps fitted to the rails, which John Rowe was an absolute legend, and John Rowe was the guy that come and did it. He fitted all new clamps to every single table. I'm not sure exactly how many's on, but I think there's now probably 8 or 10 clamps on every single table. There's 10, George informs me, Stato. So there's 10 clamps on every table, which does help the cushions to play a little bit more like steel blocks. I know sometimes, especially on the Supreme tables, the cushions I've known to be a little bit dead, and you can get the odd one that's just, the cue ball just completely dies and thuds when it hits it. There's no cushions on any of the tables in here that are like that now. They all play, like I say, like steel block cushions do on a snooker table. I've got steel block cushions on my Chinese 8-ball table. Not played a very good shot there. The yellow doesn't go into the left middle. And I think he's pretty straight. It doesn't go into either corner. And I think he's pretty straight on this one, so it's a bit careless, that. Yes, it goes into this middle that we're looking at here, but if the white's on the rail, where's the cue ball? Sound like John Virgo now, don't I?
Do you want to start that, guys? Do you want to get me on him? Oh.
And because he had to jack the cue up,
Yeah, queuing down.
he's flicked a bit of side on and he's pushed over to the right.
Is that a bit of commentator's curse, you think? Because he said that he was looking quite straightforward on those.
Yeah, it was just. I think it's just complete. It's just it's just careless. I mean, you know, all he had to do was drop the ball in and just land high on the ball in the middle, and he's won. He should have been taking the ball in the middle next. It's just careless to not only run through too far and snook yourself, but leave yourself absolutely dead straight on the other one. And at this level, you can't afford to be careless like that. And obviously, Christian is a very good player, and he'll be aware that he can't be making mistakes like that. That's a good shot from Carl.
So what do you find, you know, you're in the latter stages of the competition, you play quite a few matches, long days, get a bit tired. What do you find helps your concentration levels, circumstances?
The concentration, it's a hard thing, and I was talking with the French guy, Ben, and he asked me about, do I think, you know, being fit makes a difference, and it definitely does make a difference to your concentration. If you're physically fit, then I think you're mentally fit. And on a day like today, where some of these guys will have had to play 5 or 6 matches over 14 or 15 hours, it definitely helps if you're fit. It's a great shot. He's back in the frame now. I think when he saw that coming off the rail, I think he probably thought he'd got it. I can just tell you that on our other stream table, Scott Gillespie's 7-0 up against Sam Bircher. So Sam in the same position that Jimmy was in the hot seat to qualify to the quarters. He obviously lost to Boyo and then lost his match straight after, and I think that's probably the toughest position to lose in, because you know you've got 2 chances to get to the quarters. You know you've got 2 chances to be guaranteed a grand.
What would you be doing here then, guys? Cars on there.
What are you asking me for?
Like you know anything.
Oh, you see the cushion? He's had a huge bounce there, to be fair. It seemed to, what does happen, even on the steel blocks on my table and on the snooker tables, sometimes it does seem to come off quicker than it goes on, and that was definitely the case there off the left side rail. So he's just basically going to drop it in and try and leave himself dead straight on the double. I think he would have probably liked a little bit more angle on this ball down the rail, purely just so he could get the cue ball away from the cushion a little bit. I think he's left it perfect. And what I mean by obviously perfect is dead straight on the double. So when you're dead straight, all you've got to do is hit the red full in its face.
He's played that well.
He's played it well. It's a good shot, and he's right back in this match now. That has to go down as a bad shot. Stunned straight back and off in the corner. Wasn't kicked. So basically just didn't connect flush with the front ball.
Something that's seen quite a lot in the amateur game now, into guys, and people will say, oh, I was always unlucky, I kept going in off on the break, but if you squeeze or stun straight in, then you can only blame yourself, can't you?
Yeah, it's a bad shot. As simple as that. And good shot from Christian. Obviously pushed his bad yellow out. I'll say his bad yellow. He has to pot a yellow first to be on him, but he will pot one. So pushes the bad yellow out and ties the 2 reds up. I said he will be on him. It was only just on him, that just wriggled in off the knuckle. I can tell you that Gillespie, in other words, Scott Gillespie has just won. I don't know if it was 8-0 or 8-1, but that's a big win. I think Lee's just going to grab an interview with him.
He's it's hard to get back in position a bit here, and you have to land him on that ball before.
Okay, so we're just going to cut to an interview with Scott Gillespie, who's another one of the quarter-finalists.
Congratulations, you've come through a few tough matches there, but that match you've steamrolled it really.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the boy played poor. Can't remember his name. Sam, yeah. Sam's always like that. A few decent results on the winner's side, and that's always like he's then ran into Mark Boyle, and then I knew I was like I'm up against it, but it's kind of one of the matches where you just want to win it because you want it always like the last day, you know what I mean? Because that's always when the tournament starts for me. So I'm just over the moon to always win it, and always like I say the scoreline flatters me a bit, but Sam struggled, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it is a long weekend and you play a lot of pool. It's important to keep your best pool to the end. So 8-0 sort of says a lot for yourself and
yeah,
gives
well,
you a chance.
I take a bit of confidence for it, but as I said, Sam did miss a few chances. I mean, my break's not really worked, to be fair, the full weekend. So as you say, hopefully it's coming good at the right time, and if my break works, I honestly think I'll take it down, to be fair.
Okay, well, best of luck. We'll be
Cheers.
doing the draw very soon.
Cheers.
See you later.
So is that Christian breaking for the match now then?
No, it's 6-4, isn't it?
Oh.
Hit the cut break a little bit softer than he had been there.
If you call, you're glad about that, aren't you? You know, you're back at the table and, you know, working out if you've got a chance of closing the gap.
Yeah, and he has to win this frame call.
Massive frame.
So he's just settling for the double again. He put his head down when he hit that, as though he's not happy. He's actually just put his hand up, which I think I can think is that he played to the yellow that he's closest to. He played to pot it into the right corner and leave an angle to top over and knock his bad ball out, and then he put his hand up as if to say, "Oh, I've been lucky to land on the double." I don't know, but Either way, he's not played that great because he's pushed the red on top of the black. It's okay, you can just pot the one down the rail and screw back and flick the black out and then land on the one in the corner. It's as easy as that. He does have the angle on this one down the rail to play the shot I said if he wants to.
That was close.
It was close and it was a great effort, to be fair. Doesn't mind a double, does he, Carl? That's like...
Loves it, doesn't
I think
he?
that's 4 or 5 he's potted in this match now.
Partial to a double tequila myself, down in one, to be fair, guys. No, he's unlucky there to not clip the red and develop the black. At least leave something on for him.
No, he's struggling. He's struggling now to... well, I can't see a way that he gets to the... He gets to the black unless he pots the one down the rail and then lands on the one into the corner next, as in up to the top left corner next, and then leaves an angle on the ball into the left corner to screw back into it. Christian should just drop the red over the pocket in this bottom right corner.
Do you think he will, given that he was?
I think he will. Yeah, I think he will. He's a good player. He knows the shots. Although I think he should have played it into the bottom cushion first, because then you're guaranteed to cover the yellow. Playing it the way he did, you had to be so precise with the weight.
Especially with the tables being so quick.
Yeah, he's totally played that the wrong way. He should have played the red into the top cushion first. So he can have another go at covering it. This time he will play it into the top rail, if he can see it, that is.
I think he can, guys.
He obviously can attack. He can pop the one over the right corner, leave an angle on the one in the middle and screw into the red and the black. He's playing the cover though, I think.
So causing quite a bit of trouble here now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in trouble, yeah. If I was Christian here, I would just free the red and the black together and leave the white on the top cushion. He's left him the shot to play the yellow inside. For me, there was no value there. He should have just broke the red away from the black and left the white on the top cushion. The next time he comes to the table, he clears. He's half let call back in the frame now. If he plays the shot I said, just bounces the black away from the red, puts the white on almost in the middle of the top cushion. He's got absolutely no shot, and the next time he comes to the table, he goes. Some strange shots going on here.
Try and get the money's worth.
The shot choice is not great. Because Cole will definitely bounce his bad ball out here.
At this point, it's hard to say. I'd rather have a win the frame. I think there's a lot of mileage in this one yet, guys.
Obviously didn't play to pot it, and it would have been a good shot. If the red stays over the middle, which is what he played, then you can now just snick off it and put the white behind the red that's over this right corner. Cole now has to develop his bad yellow on the right hand side of the table and develop the black. Because it's no value to him, either of those balls being there. That's what he's looking.
He's looking at the gap, isn't he?
Yeah, he just wants them both out in the middle of the table. The black will go towards the middle of the table. I think he has to be careful where the yellow goes. Definitely some strange shots being played in this frame from both players now.
I thought he was going to knock his yellow into the gap between the black and the rail.
That's what he should have played.
Bounce the black off the top rail.
I think he should cover the pocket here. It's just some... I just can't believe what I'm seeing. The choice of shots. Why not cover the pocket the other way? Play the red into the top cushion and just wedge the white on the back of the black. He's just left him the edge of the yellow and let him bump it out. He's actually looking if he can pot it in the middle, and if he pots that in the middle from there, I'm going home. That's me off home then. Nah, it was never going. I was wishing.
Has Christian now got a chance of developing that bag at the top now? Do you think?
Well, he's got a chance of playing the skill shot, yeah, so he can pop the one into the corner, but he has to be careful the white doesn't follow the yellow, and if he hits it full. Christian's only got himself to blame for being in this position. He's played some really bad defensive shots and it's allowed Carl to get back in the frame. I think he's looking at if he pots the red, will the white hit the first yellow half ball or quarter ball on the left hand side and then pot the one over the hole. I think depending on how hard he hits it, that shot is on. Okay, he'll be happy with that. That's fine. Okay, he'd have preferred to have a shot, but he's okay. He'll just drop the snooker, and providing he doesn't pot one of the kick the balls out of the snooker, then next time he comes to the table he wins the frame. That was a strange one. So Christian, I thought Christian was saying it's touching ball, so Carl was looking, thinking he thought it was touching ball. So then Carl said, no, I think there's a gap, and Christian said, oh, that's what I was asking, that there's a gap. If he thought there was a gap, then what's the point in asking, because there's only a benefit if it's touching. So as you can see, Carl's going 2 rails, and the line is to hit sort of 4 inches down from the middle pocket, which pots the yellow.
That's in.
Slide off the second cushion did him.
I think if you come to the table and the balls are like this, and you've had a few frames where you've knocked them in one visit, then you're laughing. But I think sometimes, perhaps not so much at this level, but at lower levels, you can be playing too many defensive shots and you kind of forget how to. You get in that mindset somehow sometimes, don't you?
played that well. Played it hard with check side. Used the yellow as a target. Cole has to win 4-0.
Some big tippers arrived in the bar, guys.
Oh, the bomber's down. Bomber told me he wasn't allowed down today.
I think the message is ready.
Oh, that explains it then. Ox is the biggest tipper.
The king of tippers.
Ox has 20 pints before he even has to go to the toilet. He's got a 15-litre bladder.
Don't get him on the shorts though, because that gets his bladder.
Oh, you don't want to see him in his shorts?
I've seen him in any shorts. Don't get him on the shorts, Harry. I think he prefers his longs, doesn't he?
No, he's a good lad. He's a good lad, Ox, and don't know if George can get us a little shot of Ox there. Hold on, let's see. There we go. Look,
Yay.
There's the bomber. And the reason why we call him the bomber is basically his grandfather was in the RAF. That's what we tell everybody anyway. So one of Carl's answers to the question on his player profile is, who is your favourite Q Sports professional and why? And he says Ronan McCarthy. He can't even screw back, yet he has won so much. I think Ronan could definitely screw back in the second money match that they played. And well, I know that they've played each other twice, and Carl won one and Ronan won one, and I know Ronan's been desperate to get the decider, and I think he keeps being promised by Carl's team that there is going to be one, but as yet, no deposit's being paid.
Where would that be played at, Gaz?
Oh, it'd definitely be in Ireland, I would have thought, with them both being Irish. Whereabouts in Ireland, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's big mistake. I'm a bit surprised how this match has panned out, really, Gaz, because I had high hopes for a good quality match. I think it's been a little bit.
I think obviously both of these guys are really good players, and sometimes you can only do what the balls allow you to, and if the balls come out a little bit scrappy sometimes, then you can't go forcing it, and you have to play the right shots. And in a few of these frames, the balls have come out scrappy. Another big bounce off that left side cushion. Does the pack look a little bit offset to you there, Adrian, or is it my eyes?
It does a little bit, actually.
If you look at the line across the back 5 balls, it does look a little bit sort of offset to the right to me, but...
In fairness, it hasn't affected that break.
Well, maybe it did affect the break.
Ah. Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I haven't thought about it that way.
No, I'm not obviously suggesting that he purposely did it. He racked them up like that, but I do think they were slightly offset to the right there.
You have to watch Leanne Cragg with the racks. She can never rack them straight. They're always wonky.
She's got a big rack, hasn't she?
It's not quite as big as mine.
Oh.
But yeah, she's got a fair rack on it, yeah.
The yellow that's just to the just next to the black spot does go in this left corner. So it is just a case of dropping this one in, dropping the one into the right corner, and then leaving your last ball as that one next to the black spot into this left corner. He's been careless again, you know.
He decelerated a little bit there.
The reason he's been careless, but he's lucky because I'm sitting right behind this yellow, and Carl's just got up off the stool to go over and have a look, and it does go into the middle. He has only got he hasn't got the whole pocket. He can. He's probably got 3/4 there. You can see it does go, and he's been lucky because he wasn't playing on it into this middle. He was playing on it into the corner, I can promise you. And he just hasn't gone through far enough. The fact it goes into here. Well, he's in the middle of landing on it into either pocket. It's a good camera angle there from Beard, look. Shows you that he has got the whole pocket, but it is quite thin. I don't know how much he can dig the cue ball, whether he can just avoid the knuckle of the middle pocket. He did miss cue first frame on a similar shot to this where he was trying to dig the cue ball.
Shots like this, you lose quite a lot of control over the white move as well, don't you? So,
but I think it's hard to tell how if he can hit the white softly and get low on it, then I think he can control it and keep it in the bottom half of the table. But he's just playing it plain ball, so it tells me he's playing it into the red, right? The bad positional shot was on the second to last yellow. So he's looking that if he overcuts the black, he can still get it off the red. So he'll aim higher up the cushion than normal.
Giving him yet another chance. Carl's break next frame.
Yeah, and well, you've given him this one already then, Adrian, right?
Well,
but he can pot this one, screw back, and he's almost got a free go at the one up the cushion. And I say a free go because he can play it as a shot where he'll snook him on the black if he misses it. I'd have liked to have been a little bit closer to it than this. I think I'd have screwed back another couple of inches. He's going to play the shot I said. He's going to play it up the rail, and he's going to screw back a couple of inches to guarantee the snooker behind the red if he misses. I would have just liked the cue ball off the rail, an extra couple of mil, and I would have liked the white near the knuckle of the middle, and it's unmissable.
he's cued that well to be fair, hasn't he?
Cue ball's doing a little bit more travelling than he would have liked. He's just looked if this red passes the black into the corner. That's not what he played, and I don't think it does, so that'll be his last ball. It's perfect. And as I said before about leaving the natural angles, he's left the natural angle there, so this is just about the pace control. One cushion. Leave the white in the middle of the table. And now it's Carl's break. Carl looks up for this match to me now. He looks the more hungry. He seems to have a bit more of a spring in his step.
Christian will be feeling a bit deflated, really, won't he? He's had a few chances.
Yeah, it's not a nice position to be in when you've missed a few chances and your opponents come back at you. If you haven't really been to the table, then you tell yourself there's nothing I could have done. But when you've had 2 clear-cut chances, then it's a little bit harder.
Do you think really if Carl can clear up from here, Mountain will be with him, although Christian's breaking, you know, if it did go to a decider.
You know, I was having this conversation yesterday with Greg on the commentary about when the player's been behind, and it was 5-2, 7-4. It's really strange how when the chasing player gets back to level, like 7-all, how many times the player that was originally ahead ends up winning the match.
Oh, right.
And I think that's because the pressure then reverses from the player that was behind, that sort of just think, well, not that I've lost, but just, that's careless. That's really careless. And I think he's left him the perfect angle on his first ball to pop this ball into the corner and screw up and just flick his bad ball over the middle. Yeah, I think it's because the pressure reverses from the player that was behind, and he was just thinking, I'll just play one frame at a time and see what happens, to all of a sudden he thinks, I can win now. I think the way the match has gone, this match did deserve a decider. Good shot from Christian. Played it well, played that he didn't just cannon into it hard, he made sure that he hit the rail first, which meant that the yellow couldn't go anywhere other than over the middle. If he'd have hit it full ball, there's always the danger of pushing it past the middle, so he played that nice. The one down the rail, which is the only awkward ball, he's got a big pocket from where the red's gone when he missed. Well, I was just going to say, the frame before, Christian did have an easier clearance than this and made a bit of a mess of him. And it does play on your mind a little bit. He'll be conscious that he's had 2 great chances to win. I understand why he's going this way. He wants to leave the yellow down the rail until last. So now it's all just about the angle he leaves on the ball in the middle. If he gets straight on it, or what he doesn't want to be is high. So you have to be low, because if you're low you can then come in and out of balk. If you're high, then you've got to pop the ball in the corner. So straight, or just a little bit lower than straight, is perfect. And that's perfect.
I'd like to think I'd pot these guys, to be fair, but when there's a chance for big money like that, it's still tricky. He's played that a bit hard.
Why has
I
he
think
played
he
it
rushed
so
it a
hard?
bit.
Because now he's on the off angle. He wanted to just be straight, or he could just run through and pot it in the middle or stun it. Now he's landed on the off angle. He may have to pinch the pocket and play it off the red. What about playing it into the left side cushion with left hand side and letting the white hit the black full ball? snookered himself. Oh my God. What's he doing? It's not a total.
Do you think you can see enough of this, guys, to do the cross double? Will he be thinking that way? Is he?
I don't know. Maybe he can see enough of it. He'd rather just play it with a little bit of left-hand side and flick around it, but I'm not sure if the white's too close to the red. He doesn't feel as though he can play either because he's looking at kicking it off the side rail. Don't know. Oh, I'm not sure why he was holding his cue in that line, because that's not the line that the white would take. Wow.
You'd expect Cole to take these now and take it into a decider, really, wouldn't you?
It's going to be a long drive back to Wales for Christian if he does lose this match with the chances he's had. And that's where the pool gods punish her, because in all fairness, he has had 3 great chances to win this match. Now Christian, and was a bad kicking off, to be fair, but sometimes you just sort of know that's going to happen.
sometimes you can almost feel like you can make your luck, can't you?
Yeah.
You know, if you're not playing so good, the run doesn't go your way. If you're flowing, then it does. Little nudges, kicks.
So that tells you that the red does go into the left centre because he's not playing that first. So he's just going to flick this off and land on the bottom red. Obviously clear the bottom end of the table first, and then he's literally going to have 4 balls in that end of the table. Oh.
Looked like he was going to land low on that.
I do like about Carl is he does get on with it a little bit, even though obviously this is massively important. He doesn't keep doing laps around the table. He does get on with it. And the way to go here is pot the one in the right corner, and then pot the one next to the black after. Oh.
What do you know, Gus?
There's all sorts of stuff going on here.
What would you know anyway?
He's not going to miss these whichever way he goes.
What
did I just say? He's not going to miss these whichever way he goes. And that's what happens when you take the balls in the wrong order sometimes. If he'd have gone the way I said first and potted this one that's on the balk line when he had 4 left, he physically couldn't miss. It didn't matter where the cue ball went, he couldn't miss. The one that he potted first out of the 4 should have been his last ball.
Last thing you want at this stage is to be digging down on a ball.
No, he can't. He can see the other one, but
yeah.
It's all happening in this match now. So, chance number 4 for Christian to win this match. And the theory that I had about the player that was ahead seems to always win the decider when the other players come back from a long way behind. I wasn't sure that was going to be the case when I saw that break off, but it looks like it is going to be again.
Looks that way.
And I was only having this conversation with Greg Batten in the commentary yesterday that it's just uncanny the amount of times that this happens. I'm not sure it necessarily counts that much here because, I mean, Carl has missed a finish there that normally he would make sort of, well, 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Christian just needs to keep his composure now. Try to forget about the others that he's missed. Up and down.
Oh, he's left himself where he's got to come up and down. Oh no, what's happening here? Oh, it's all going on. This is one of the twitchiest ends to a match I think I've ever seen. Oh my God, he's knocked his bad ball off as well.
Oh, he's in off.
And gone in off. Oh my God.
You can feel his pain. He could have done with landing low on that last yellow, couldn't he?
I think that's by far the nerviest end to a match that I've seen.
It's not over yet, Gaz.
And it's not. Carl could just do it taking a bit more time.
Do you think sometimes players can be affected by the fact that they are on the stream and they know they are? And
yeah, I think a lot of things contribute to it, but I do just think the enormity of the match,
yeah,
not only the match but the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the last player to make up the 8 for the quarterfinals. We don't know which match is going to be on the stream yet because the draw hasn't been done. They're going to do that shortly, and once that's done, we'll decide which match is next up on the stream. So I want to say thanks to Adrian for joining me in the commentary.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you.
Okay, and
have a good afternoon, everyone.
The draw is now going to be done shortly. I think it's going to be done live. We're now just going to go to a quick interview before the draw with Carl.
Lee. Well, Carl, that's possibly the strangest match I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it wasn't nice to be a part of it, put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you must have thought you're out.
Yeah, 7-4 down, like, and I missed some silly chances as well to bring him back into the match. Like, I missed 2 chances earlier on to, like, get ahead, blew down. Then I was 3 behind 7-4. I just said I'll take my chances, try and take my chances, and then tried to give it away then as well at 7-6 down. I missed a handy little plant.
Well, I think, looking at it, you must be the tournament favourite now because you seem a little bit bulletproof.
Well,
do you feel that way?
Well, I haven't played yet. Like, it's strange. Like, but it's good obviously to be still in the tournament.
You just got to take the positives, haven't you? Know?
Yeah.
You're in the last 8. The draw will be in about 15 minutes time.
Yeah.
So
I'm pleased to be here, especially the way I'm playing. Like, hard luck to.
yeah, and it's not Christian. It's not nice to lose like that. But you know, he's had his chances. And
yeah, exactly. I'm happy to be true, and hard luck to him.
Okay, good luck. We'll see you in the arena in a minute.
Thanks, Lee.
All right, thank you.